today's video is something that is highly requested on my channel, on my social media. You guys always ask what kind of equipment I use when I'm filming, when I edit videos, for sound, for lighting, all that kind of stuff, and I'm finally filming it for you today. I'm not filming it because I know everything, I'm kind of just filming it because I know something. And I would have really liked to have a video like this when I started out and when I was looking at lighting and sound and stuff like that. Something that is relatable and easy to digest. And before we get started, I'm going to tie up my hair because these lights are making me so hot. But in this video, I'm going to explain the lighting I use. It's very basic. I film at home. I'm going to explain what I used before and how I achieve this in the background that you're seeing, the lighting, everything like that. But first things first, I'm going to tie up my hair because it is so hot. It's summer and these lights are making me so sweaty. And I can't deal. We all understand summer, we understand the pain of getting sweaty, so don't mind what's going on here today. We're all friends, we can handle a little bit of rough looking face. I just came home from work and I just thought I would film this. I was in a filming mood, so here we go. Okay, first things first, we're gonna start with lighting. So for lighting now, I have two LED lights in my room over here and over here. I'm going to insert some footage of where I'm sitting, where the lights are, where they're facing, all that kind of stuff so that you guys can see exactly how I get this kind of lighting situation that's going on right now. I will say though that I've only recently started using these lights. Before I did purely natural light. I have a big window in my room which I'll show you as well. Big window, and I used to sit exactly where I am, but I was only allowed to film. I was only able to film on a Saturday or a Sunday, actually just a Sunday, between like 9 and 12, because after 12 the lighting starts to change and it goes wonky and there's clouds, and I just couldn't film in that kind of condition. So I had to get all my videos done between 9 and 12, which is pretty damn hard when you have to do maybe 2 or 3 videos in one go. So let me just show you where I'm sitting, what I see around me. Don't mind my messy room or the change of quality because I'm going to be using my vlogging camera. Okay, so this is what I currently see. I've got the video in front of me, my messy room. It's actually not that messy today. That is the big window that I would kind of sit in front of. So this is where I am. I'm turning you around. I am over here on the other side of the room, and I basically get the natural light from the big window. And then directly in front of me is the camera, and then on the left I have one LED light facing towards the door and kind of reflecting onto the ceiling, and that light comes over to where I am. It kind of makes that area a little bit lighter than usual. And then on the right hand side, right by my bed, I have another LED light, and that is facing more up towards that area. It's bouncing onto the corner of the room and lighting up my background. As you can see over here, this part's messy. That's the part you don't see, but that doesn't matter. So with those two lights, it means that the background is lit, my face is lit more from the natural light from the window. I currently have my windows open, my curtains are open, I'm getting in as much light as possible. And I think that these lights are pretty inexpensive. They're the most inexpensive option you're going to get for lighting besides natural light, which is still your best option. It just lights up your face beautifully. It makes your skin look wonderful. It's probably not going to do the best for the background. Like, that's one thing you'll notice about my previous videos is that the background is a bit dark, but it's a start. Start somewhere. Rather start with natural light than not start at all. Next thing is to put your phone on silent. But if your phone is not on silent, let's move on to sound. So for audio, I have a Rode Mic Go. This is something that I've recently started using. You'll note that my sound really wasn't great up until recently, probably in the last 2 videos maybe. From the Revlon unboxing is where my sound was okay and I'm actually happy with the sound. Before that, I would either have to have the camera really close to me and put the Rode Mic Go on top of the camera because I don't find that it picks up very well if it's too far from me. Right now it is right in front of me. Let me show you again with the camera. I've got my water and I've got my mic. The mic sits right in front of me. It's on this little adapter that I have that I got from my brother-in-law, and it's on a little tripod. This is I think it's a Manfrotto tripod, and it's really small, so helpful, and the Rode Mic Go is really handy. It's a really good starter. And then I've also got a long aux cable with it. It came with a shorter one, but because I wanted it to be further away from the camera, I have a long aux cable. Okay, so that's The audio settings on the camera are a lot more complicated. I would definitely suggest watching other videos of people who know a little bit more. Like, I'm not proficient in that kind of stuff. I watch videos, I play with the settings on my camera, and then I'm like, okay, cool, does it work, does it not work? You kind of just have to play around with it to see if it works for you, to see if you get the kind of sound that you want, if you get the lighting that you want. It's all very much just play around, see what you get, see if you like it, see if you don't. You're gonna have to scrap a few videos. Recently I've scrapped a lot of videos because I had the light directly on my face and it looked sweaty and shiny, and I wasn't actually at all. So very weird, but there are a lot of videos that I've scrapped because I didn't like the sound or the lighting. Audio done. I've changed a few settings. I will link some videos in the description box of videos that I've watched that are really, really helpful, that help me with the settings on my camera, because I'm not proficient in that kind of stuff. I'm not a professional. I know the very, very basics, like the absolute basics that I need to know for filming and for taking pictures for my blog, stuff like that. It's very, very basic. Very, very basic. If you hear lots of noises, my windows are open, it's hot, I've already said it. Another thing is I have this little remote, which you can kind of order online. I had my brother-in-law order this for me. I'm really, really happy that I actually have people in my life who are videographers, they work with film, they can kind of teach me a few things. So I have a lot of friends who work in the film industry, and they've taught me one or two little things here and there which really help with my setup, with my filming, all that kind of stuff. But you can learn everything on YouTube or on the internet. Honestly, it's the best thing. So he got me this little this little recorder remote. That's the word I'm looking for. He got me this little remote off of Amazon, and it's basically just a China knockoff. It's really cheap. I think it was probably about $5 or less, and all this does is it stops and starts the video. So if I press this button now, this video will stop recording. Okay, if I have my camera on manual when I start, I use my camera on manual to focus on my face. So that's to make sure that I have depth of field in the background. I'll do another video if you don't understand depth of field, but that's kind of the blurriness that you see back there. And I'm in focus, my face is in focus. How I get that is I put my camera on the manual setting. I then use this to focus on my face. The camera, the lens will do its thing, and then it'll take a picture, and then I'll switch it to video mode. It's a long way around, but it works, so I'm not gonna play around with it. Then I switch it to video mode, and then I use the button to record, to stop and start recording. And it's a very basic remote. You can get ones that are more expensive, but I just don't have the use for them, so I have this one, which is really, really handy because I don't have to get up. I used to do that a lot. I would have to be like, hey Christy, Sissy, can you please just like press the button to focus on me and then press record? Or Sean, can you help me? It's really annoying to have to do that, especially if people are in the house. I hate filming when people are here, so it's really nice to be able to do everything by myself with the remote and the lights and all that kind of stuff. Next thing is my camera. So the camera that I'm using is the Canon 600D. It has the flip out screen, which makes it really handy for filming. It means that I can now see myself. The only issue is sometimes you'll see that I talk like this, which means that I'm currently looking at the viewfinder. When I look at you like this, it means that I'm looking into the lens, and it seems like I'm talking to you, I'm looking into your eyes. But if I look like that, I'm looking at the viewfinder to make sure that I'm in focus, that I don't have any weird bits going on, and also that my lighting is okay. Sometimes the lighting starts fading, all that kind of stuff. The viewfinder really helps with that, so it flips out. So this is really handy. I'm not even sure that I'll ever change cameras. I mean, if I did, I would probably want like the 50D, which is amazing. But for now, this works really well. I have my camera on iOS 800, I think, and then I just play around with the lighting, and I use that little nozzle thing on the side to kind of move it up and down to change how bright or dark it is. You see, I'm not a professional. I know the basics, that's it. Now moving on to editing. I use my MacBook Pro, and I have Final Cut Pro on it. Don't judge me here, I downloaded it. If you can't buy it, then, I mean, if you're in America, you can't download it, but if you're in South Africa, go ahead and download it. If you have the money to buy it, buy it. But I don't, so I downloaded it. It works perfectly. I've loaded in a few plugins. I know the basics with Final Cut Pro, so I'm not a professional. I've said this probably about 1,000 times, and it's probably annoying at this point to hear it again, but I know the very basics. There's a few little shortcuts that I use, but it's very, very simple. I don't do much color correcting because I don't know enough about that kind of stuff, and I think that is pretty much it. And then I just edit and I upload to YouTube. I use Photoshop to edit the cover photo or the thumbnail. What else do I need to say? If I'm vlogging, I will use this. This is the Canon G7X, and I like it because, again, the flip up screen, it's really handy. If I turn this around, I can see myself doing this. I'm looking up into the viewfinder. If I'm looking like that, it means that I'm looking at you guys. I'm looking into the lens. So I love this for vlogging. It's really tiny. It's really easy. It's not that heavy. I also use occasionally, I'm going to turn this off and start here. I occasionally use the Manfrotto tripod for vlogging. It's really, really helpful to turn things around, to put the camera down, all that kind of stuff. You don't need a lot of stuff to start filming. You can use your iPhone if you wanted to, because the iPhone 7, iPhone 6 cameras are absolutely amazing. You could use that. You can use a small little handheld camera. You don't have to have the best equipment to start vlogging or to start doing YouTube videos. So my best advice is to just get started. Just do it. The confidence will come. Okay, this is part of the next video, is kind of how to get yourself in the vibe or in the mood to film, how to get your personality out there, how to feel confident with yourself, all that kind of stuff. If you want to see another video on that, leave me a comment below. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Leave them in the comments below. Ask me questions on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is, whatever you want to know about filming. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Also subscribe to my channel if you're not, and you'll see other videos like this if you want to see more kind of tech talk kind of videos like this, blogging, advice, blogging or video advice videos. Then leave me a comment below if you enjoyed this, if this was helpful. What is wrong with me? Get the words out, Lechelle. So if this was helpful for you, then leave me a comment below as well, and please subscribe to my channel if you're not. There'll be a little link at the end, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.